COVID came through, closed buildings, did not close the church. We got together, we expanded our reach, and we are here tonight virtually with persons from all over the world on this platform. It's really good to be here with you to share in this very special event. Thought I would take us to the text that inspired our theme for some thoughts as we prepare ourselves for what is to come in the conference. It's 1 Corinthians 3, verse 9, your labors together with God. You are God's cultivated field. You are God's building. What if a man once who thought he was a grain of corn? What if we saw a chicken, he would run away, scared? What a psychiatrist to get himself sorted out. You have to repeat several times, I'm a man, not a grain of corn. I'm a man, not a grain of corn. Did that, was pronounced cured. Left the office, went across the street. First thing he saw was a chicken. Ran back inside to the doctor. I just saw a chicken. The doctor said, but you know you're not a grain of corn. He said, Doc, you know that. I know that. The chicken doesn't know that. See, how we see ourselves will influence how we behave. Our text invites us to see ourselves as workers in God's field. Agricultural workers, farmers, people who till the ground. And I believe if we see ourselves this way, it's going to influence how we function as we seek to make disciples. So if we are working in God's field, we will be a people characterized by patience. The farmer knows he has to wait for the harvest. We are told in scripture, not we were in well-doing, or we'll reap in due season if we faint not. We have to have patience as we make disciples. I know today, waiting is not a very popular concept. We don't want things now. We want them yesterday. Mail was fast at one point. It is now snail mail. So in this kind of world, we have to see ourselves as farmers, workers for God, not expecting quick fixes and instant results. We have to plant the seeds and wait for the harvest. You know, witness over the years in the assemblies where we give up too easily when there appears to be no fruit. This trend has got to be broken. If we're going to make disciples, we have to wait for the harvest, especially when it seems as if we are making no headway. So perhaps you're working with a young person, you seem to be going nowhere with that person, persevere. Keep on working. The God we serve never, never fails. And we can wait on him for the fruit. And there's joy when we wait and see fruit. There's a mango tree in my backyard. I knew when it was a small plant, and I fenced it around and watched it grow taller and taller until one day I got fruit from that mango tree. I don't know the name of it. It's like nothing I've seen in St. Vincent. So I've called it patience. It reminds me of the importance of waiting. The fruit will come. We must have patience as we make disciples. Secondly, when we see ourselves as workers in God's field, there is diligence. Farming is hard work. But if you want a harvest, you have to put in the effort. The ground must be prepared, then you plant and you protect what you have planted. That requires diligence. You want to see growth in our churches? Put in the effort. When the farmer is lazy and careless, his field becomes overgrown with thorns and nettles. And I wonder if, as we see assemblies and certain conditions there, whether or not we are afraid to be diligent in our service for God. There has to be a mind to work. We can't just lie down, relax, or function as spectators in the church. We must put our best foot forward because we are working for the Lord. And as you work hard, as you go forth weeping, carrying the seed, you'll come back rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves. And thirdly, when you see yourselves as farmers, as workers for God, there is dependence. You see, in Israel, they understood you have to depend on the Lord at least twice to send rain. The early rain for the plowing, latter rain to ripen the crops. And they knew they could not in themselves generate rain. So they had to look to God to send the rain. High up in our text, we notice it says in verse 6, I have planted, Apollos watered, but God gave the increase. If we let that sink in, we'll become a praying people. Because when we're praying, we're inviting God into a situation. There's a sister now with the Lord who made a record in St. Vincent for growing the largest pumpkin. So they interviewed her to find out what was the secret, how she got this large pumpkin. And she said very simply, I planted some seeds in the backyard and I prayed. And that was it. That was her secret. Prayer is not a cop-out. It recognizes the fact that without God, we can do nothing. Nothing will grow unless God makes it grow. And so we pray with confidence knowing that the prayer of a righteous man is powerful and effective. Why? We invite God to intervene, the God who can do exceedingly, abundantly above all we can ask or think. And at the end of the day, all glory goes to him. You see, beloved, the battle is often won or lost in the mind. As we approach this idea of making disciples, we must see ourselves as workers in God's field. That's going to mean there is patience. We'll not give up easily, and we'll wait upon God to give us the increase. We're in it for the long haul. There'll be diligence. We'll put in the effort, knowing that you want to get something out, you got to put something in. There'll be dependence. We know in ourselves we cannot make the crop grow. And we look to the Lord to give us the increase. So if you like formulas, it is PDD as we approach this matter of making disciples. In this conference, the much we'll be exposed to as we seek to apply it to making disciples: patience, diligence, dependence. And in time, we'll experience the joy of the harvest. I wish you all the best in this conference and beyond. God bless you.